Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Pastor Yemi Omogboyega. God bless you. Thanks for watching my channel. I want to talk on Kemi Olunloyo from the perspectives of culture or tradition and religion. Kemi Olunloyo from the perspective of Christianity or religion and tradition or culture. This is my third release on what is happening to Kemi Olunloyo and the entire family. And this topic is so important to me because it borders upon what is happening in our homes, in our various homes. And the home is the foundation of the society. And it borders upon parenting, the success or the failures of parenting. And I pray for you all that are parents, that may you not labor in vain. May you finish well your parenting race. May I finish well, end well in my parenting race. May we all finish well as parents as far as the journey to parenting in life is concerned. Now, if we look at what is happening in the Olunloyo's family, it sends a signal to us all. Number one, except that the Lord helps parents, their labors will be in vain. And who is to blame is what we always say. Is it the parents that are to blame? Is it the children that are to blame? Let us look at this topic from the perspectives of religion and tradition. Let's start with Christianity. I know that other religions have their own teachings and moral codes that guide parents in their parenting journey in life. Now, Bible says in Exodus 20, okay, let's take it from the parenting perspective first. Bible says in the book of Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6 that we should train our children the way they should go, so that when they grow up, they will not depart from it. Parents should train their children the way they should go, so that when they grow up, they will not depart from it. There is also another passage that talks about provoke not your children to anger. Do not provoke your children to anger. And on the part of the children too, the Bible says in Exodus 20 verse 12 that children should honor their parents so that their days will be long in the land that the Lord their God has given to them. And then let us go to tradition or culture, the cultural aspect of it. There is a song, popular song in those days that were sung to us as children. Ọmọ tó mọ̀ ìyá rẹ̀ lójú, ó ṣí ó ta mọ̀nà pa. ọmọ tó mọ̀ ìyá rẹ̀ lójú ó ṣí ó ta mọ̀nà pa. Màmá tó jìyà pọ̀ lórí rẹ̀, bàbá tó jìyà pọ̀ lórí rẹ̀, ọmọ tó mọ̀ ìyá rẹ̀ lójú ó ṣí ó ta mọ̀nà pa. There is also the traditional training that were given to children on how to relate with elders, parents inclusive. Children are not expected to look at their parents in the eyes. Children are expected to respect their parents. Children are expected, like the Bible also says there, to honor their parents. Children are expected to take good care of their parents, especially in their old age. Children are expected to be worthwhile investments, profitable investments in the lives of their parents, especially when they are old, in terms of being grateful to them, to show gratitude to their parents. Then, let us take the Christian perspective first. Train your child the way he should go. When he grows up, he will not depart from it. The first question we will ask, what trainings did the Olunloyos give to their children? And as I'm saying that, what trainings are you giving to your own children as you listen to me, parents? Are they the trainings that you give to them by the time you look at them in the next 20 years or even 10 years or 20 years or thereabout? You will be grateful and you'll be at peace with yourself. The biblical example of Eli in the Bible, a prophet of God, a priest of the Lord, of the Most High God, who did everything successfully in his ministry, but failed in his home front, and who was not spared. Just a moment, please. Oh dear. So, in terms of quality, please kindly manage with what we have. It's an improvised light, so the background lighting may not be very bright. Number two, you saw me breaking up. It is because there's somebody who insisted on having his food from me this morning. Mosquitoes. We bought electric killers, we bought fleet, we bought everything. Yet, may God help us in Nigeria. So, I've given it what it wants. So, maybe it will allow me to finish this recording. Excuse me. Now, I'm even suffering from the effect of the fleet again. Now, like I said, Eli failed in the home front. Samuel also failed in the home front. Gideon failed in the home front. So, parenting is a very, very critical project that everybody should take seriously and should be done with God fearing. And I want to tell you also, children are very difficult to rear. Very, very, very notoriously difficult to rear. Only God can help parents. Otherwise, at the end of all your sufferings, your labors of love on them, you may end up being tagged guilty as charged. Because the children we have today, they are different from the children of, we have AI children today. And these AI children, they defy discipline, they defy counseling, they defy instructions, all these things that are written in the Bible. Remember, say, parents will sit children down and tell them moonlight stories. They tell them biblical stories. The story of Joseph, the story of Japheth, the story of Moses, the story of David, the story of the Olori Oko, all in all, Christ, Yahushua, Amashiach, how he obeyed his parents in spite of his being busy with the ministry that he came for, how he loved his people and everything he did. All these stories, unless God helps us, no matter how much we tell it to our children, they go to no avail. At the end of the day, children will become what they want to become. And God Almighty is the only one that can tame them. So parents that have children that are obedient or that are cooperative enough for them to relate together until the children are accomplished, congratulations. Congratulations. May we not labor in vain. Every family has its own story to tell. Have one children, you have one palaver. Have two, you have as many children as you have, as many traits, good, bad, ugly, that you will have. As you are having the humble, you will have the stubborn. As you are having the obedient, you will have the disobedient. As you are having the selfless, you will have the greedy ones that you can never satisfy. As you have the ones that you think will be your replica, so you will have the ones that will be directly against you, opposite you, and in everything. Just like I remember Dr. Akpoki, he said one of his 4 children looked at him in the face, and that song I sang in Yoruba says you should not look at your parents scornfully, your mother scornfully or your father scornfully. He said that child looked at him scornfully and boldly told him, "Daddy, I hate you." That could that be the result? A child that is sent to school, a child that is trained, and a child that is now an adult, and a child that is even on his or her own, and then wants to relate with the parents is that how he should be paid back for all his labors of love for his children? Thank God for somebody like the type of person he is. And unless you have that kind of attitude, your children may kill you if care is not taken, because you will think when they talk to you, when they exhibit who they are, particularly in a negative way, you can go and commit suicide and it doesn't bother them. Life goes on. That is why we parents, we should just do the very best we can and leave everything in the hands of God, but try to do it right. But I want to tell you, it is not how much you try to do it right, but the children themselves. It is how they respond. It's how they respond. You train them everything in the Bible. Ask me today as a parent, do I get the direct expectation of everything I taught our children? Do I get the expectations the way I wanted them to be? It is like children in the school. Every subject they do is rated at 100%. And then whatever they score from it is what they scored. So the aim is for every child to score 100%. But what they score is what they score. Some will score 0, some will score 50%, some will score 70, 80%. If you are able to find amongst your children that scores up to 60% of your expectation in life, you are most blessed. You are the one that really prepared and you sacrificed everything. And so you will see that you may end up being disappointed. As to that question, you will now ask me, I said, what would I say my expectation is? Yes, I thank God that I could say that on the average, I scored far above average. I could rate, grouped together, I could rate all our children as having scored nothing less than 60% of our expectation, because my expectation as a parent are so high. Our expectation for them and for the family, for themselves and for the society, they are very high. But I would say today that we scored up to 60%. What happened to the 40%? That is the matter. That will remain a subject for discussion till the rest of my life. As a parent or as a father, you know the father is the arrowhead. And at the end of the day, I will only say, to God be the glory that we are able to score that much high mark. But what would have been my expectation? I would have expected that they should score up to 90%. But alas, they are put together on a 60% range as to what the expectations are as a result of the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, the love, the pains, the everything in this world that good parents should do for their children that I believed that we did for all our children, and did them to the best of our understanding equally to every one of them. That's my rating. So if I, as a pastor, that will minister in the morning before going to work to these children, and minister at night before we go to bed, and we take these children to school, and we teach them, and we monitor that their life is balanced in terms of education, especially in terms of education, and in terms of moral upbringing, in terms of, home training, in terms of everything. If what I could score or we could score, no, I taught these children the word of God. I taught these children moral. I gave them moral training. I taught these children cultural values. I taught these children. I'm saying this because I did it. And not only that, I led by example. Everything I taught them, if I say go to church, you see me going to church. If I say read the Bible, you see me reading the Bible. If I say read your books, you see me as a father going to school. My first child and he graduated the same year from the secondary school, the same year I graduated from the university at the age of 46. My wife graduated the same year. Our first child graduated from secondary school. And ditto, everybody. So they saw the good example. When we say read your books, they see that parents are reading their books. When we say family values, we did not just say remember your parents or family. We took it as a project, deliberately, as a project, that our children should integrate very well with our families. We brought, people from both sides of the family to stay with us, to live with us, so that we live in community, so that these children will not be strangers to them. And these people lived, they served, and we served each other. All of us, we lived in a community of love, a community whereby as far as is possible and wide as possible, in my family, larger family, extended families, nobody is a stranger to our children from their birth. My mother lived with us for 19 years of our life, the last 19 years of our lives, her life. She was privileged to raise all the children. My cousins, my nephews, my wife's siblings, my siblings' children, they were all nurtured. So nobody is a stranger to them. Today. But now that they are grown up, are they as well integrated as we thought they should be? Maybe I'm the one that is too pro-family or pro-people and wanting everybody to be like me, bringing every Tom, Dick, and Harry to be supported and helped, and so that we can integrate together, so that we can grow as a community, so that we can show love to one another. Maybe I'm the one that is too, or maybe I'm doing things excess. Maybe they defined excess I don't know. But if you're asking me today, I will say, by my expectation, maybe it is modernity, Gen Z age, or AI age that is causing it. That because, or maybe it is the fear of the dangers, sometimes which is real. I would have lost a son in the process of bringing people to my family, bringing younger people to my family to be trained, because my child copied the bad habits, and it nearly cost us my son's life, if not for the grace of God. Trying to build other people's children nearly cost us to lose our own child. To God be the glory that it didn't happen. I would have regretted. Maybe these are the fears they have. Or maybe it is because, of course, the financial capability to be able to draw people near another may not be there, which is real. And you see, I'm not blaming, I'm just saying that expectation versus reality. Maybe, or maybe they just decided to be, maybe they saw everything I was doing as being stupid. And they want to distinguish themselves. They want to be as quiet as possible. Maybe. But my expectation is that these children should grow up, and then they should link up with the larger family, and everybody should be each other's keeper. So now I did these things because I knew I labored and I had set values. I had targets of integration, targets of family love, targets of corporate family development, target of, many. But do I realize all of them? No. What did I score? 60%. What happens to the 40% is a major concern to be addressed, to continue to be addressed for the rest of my life. That is more lands to conquer, even in the lives of our children. Even the worst part is when you're even making these efforts to say, okay, let us see what we can do jointly to move together. You become a problem. Some will either run away from you completely. Some will uncomfortably play along with you. Some will see you as neither being a burden nor a blessing. Some will look at you as a bother. But they don't understand what you are looking at. What you are seeing, they don't see. And some of them don't want to see it at all. So if this is happening during my lifetime, parents, you better prepare your mind that these children you are running about for, may God make them merciful children. May God make them grateful children. May God make them compassionate children. May God, you see, anything I talk to you about, I will say, using my own example. I'm a parent. I've raised children. I'm seeing the outcome of all our efforts. All the efforts, are they exactly what we aimed at? Not at all. So every parent will have their own thick and thin over their children. They will have their own pluses and minuses. So if you don't prepare your mind for them, you may be disappointed at the end of the day. Thank God we raise children, I would say godly children, that you can never find them in cultism, you can never find them in all evil camps. They are focused, but yet we realize those ones. But did we realize the level of family integration that we wanted? According to the Bible teachings, did we give to the best of our abilities what the Bible tells us to do? Give them, let's bring them to practicality. Give them good food, give them good shelter, give them adequate clothing, give them the best you can afford of education, give them moral support, give them medical attention. I wouldn't even say that I did much in terms of medical attention, because God made a way that my employers I never paid an hospital bill for any of all the children that God gave to us. I never, my employers did. My employers supported us in terms of their educational assistance. They supported. Educational allowance, they call it, every time, till they all become school cert holders. Then we took off from the degree level. And as at that time, God sent helpers, brothers, sisters, friends, larger family members. Myself and my wife didn't pay all the school fees of our children. I must admit, nephews, brothers and siblings, everybody rallied around, or cousins. What a great thing. I cannot beat my chest and say I trained my children alone, or my wife and I trained them alone. No. That is why, you see, I was talking about family integration. That's why, to whom much is given, much is expected. These children that the whole community trained, how well are they integrating with this community at their level? Does it meet our expectation? I would say only 60%. What happens to the remaining 40%? A matter to continue to be addressed. I'm just telling you that in life, disappointments can come. Let's look at it from the cultural value. We gave our children all the trainings in this world that we ourselves, much as we learned. You can't give what you don't have. My mother, my father, all the elders I related with, they taught me tradition, they taught me culture, they taught me cultural values, and I passed all of them across. If you want to know more about these things, you may have to lay your hands upon my autobiography, published as far back as between 1991 and 2006. I narrated all these journeys there. I'm just giving you the example. But now, are we getting the real expectation, the level of expectation? No. But we got up to 60%. I congratulate us. If you score 60% from your children, when I say from your children, not their rating, no, I'm saying your expectation, and you can rate it up to 60%, you are lucky. You are a good parent. Even if no child says you are a good parent. If every child is like that Apoki's son that will say, I hate you. If any of my child says he hates me now, I will say, glory be to God. I don't hate myself. Because all that I have, I gave. All that the mother had, they gave. But if they now say, we didn't even do anything at all, I will say to God be the glory. Because I always say, what did my parents give to me? At least, if I evaluate it, I will say I gave more to the children that the Lord gave to us. If they now say it is not even enough, or that we haven't done anything at all, I will say, I won't go and commit suicide. You won't see me crying to say, is it because of you, or you that I labored for you, that I did it for you, that I did that for? No, I will just take it that, hallelujah to God. I pray, and you parents should pray. Pray not to look up to your children for sustenance in your old age. It's a good thing for children to be grateful to their children, to their parents. But if they don't, what do you do? What do you do? Then you want to go and kill yourself. That is why invest in your own lives, so that if they bring, it is a prayer for them. Offer them heartfelt prayers. If they don't bring, pray for them all the same. What everybody sows, he will reap. I thank God. I'm always saying it. We thank God, my wife and I. Our children may be giving us anything, but we don't depend upon it to feed. That is the basic thing in life. We are grateful for whatever they are able to do, but it should be understood that we don't depend. Sometimes you say the truths, and the truths are harsh. So if parents are able to be economically independent, as to be able to help themselves, especially in their old age, and they now have children that complement, is a compliment. Before any child will give you, any child that is generous in this world will give you maybe between 0 to 2.5% of their income. They would have done so well. Whereas these children will give 10% tithes. God knows the percentage of love offerings. God knows the percentage of charity they will do for the church, because they want more blessings. You, the parents that have given them blessings that they are supposed to be returning to you, so that you can be grateful to God, they put you aside. They want more blessings. They've drained your own blessings. They're finished with you. They want more blessings from their geos. They want to be all over the world. But one thing that some of them will aim at, which I have warned my children about, is they want to give you a befitting burial. Any child that does not support me while I'm alive should not contribute to give me a befitting burial, because there is nothing befitting in it. Bible, Yoruba will say, èyí tẹ́yẹ bá jẹ òun lẹyẹ gbé fò. If it is 1 kobo you have, you cannot give it to me while I'm alive, don't bother contributing anything to my burial. I have said it. Simple burial. Even I told you, no noise, no noisy funeral. Simple graveyard. Simple everything. No rituals. I told you. For you to want to show off. That's my children now. I wish they will go through this message. I have sent to them one before. No, you want to go and show off by saying, come to my town, I want to give my father or my mother a burial. You are wasting your time. Come with your wife and your children. What you didn't give to us while we are alive, you want to use it to sponsor our burial. That's foolishness. I don't want that. Look, there are woods in my compound which you can slice. Get a carpenter to make a simple coffin. Don't go and buy 1 billion casket from the undertakers of this world and then flying my body around. Rubbish. Then the most annoying thing is, like, I wonder what Apoki's son that confronted his father would say when his father is being buried. He will now come and say good things about the father. Don't come and tell the world what your father did. Go and check. Anyone who wants to know about who I am, what I was, let them go to my YouTube channel and watch all my antecedents. I told as much stories as I could, including writing my own autobiography, so that there is nothing you can say that is not documented already by me. I'm not even eulogizing, I'm not even praising myself. I just did this is how I did, this is how I did, this is how I did, this is how I did this. If there is anything of wealth that God gave to me today, it's explained there how I acquired them, so that nobody will come and say your father stole money or your father did this. Every kobo. So don't come and tell stories at my graveyard. These are the hypocrisies. I'm a chief. Then the community will you buy goat, you want your cow for to report my demise. Abi bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? The amount you spend in buying that goat today, if I didn't spend it while I'm alive, what is the benefit? What? So, now, let us relate all this to Kemi Olunloyo, I say from cultural and religious perspective. Christianity treated how we should train our children, treated how children should relate with their parents, how they should honor their parents, how whatever Christianity taught us and we taught our children. And our children are reciprocating to the best of their abilities. Just that I said they've scored 60%. There's still a lot of more grounds to cover. And there is no generation that will score it all. No generation will score it all. But be conscious to do what should be done according to what the Bible has taught us. Be grateful to your parents. And children, parents, invest on your children to the best of your ability, because some will want you to take them to the moon. If you can't afford it, God himself, who knows your mind, will exonerate you, will justify you as parents that you've done your bit to the best of your ability, to the best of your knowledge, to the best of your understanding, to the best of the resources available to you. So let the child fly. If the child does not want to fly and is blaming you, leave that child to God. Kemi Olunloyo's case, you could see that what happened in that Kemi Olunloyo's case, apart from polygamy that ruined the rest, introduction of polygamy, that ruined that marriage, that relationship, that family image at last. Apart from that, did Dr. Olunloyo cater for his children? From the little glimpses we can hear from even Kemi herself, we could see that not as if he did, he taught what he knew to his children, and the children replicated it by being the best of mathematicians in this world. Intellectual blessing he gave to his children. Did they say they didn't go to secondary school or primary school? He gave them secondary, primary education, even university education. Apart from Kemi that says she trained herself at the university. I don't know much about the details. Did Dr. Kemi Olunloyo, did Dr. Omololu Olunloyo, did he show affection towards his children? The father that will say, go and pick my children from Ibadan to Lagos. Forget about what happened. It's unfortunate. You see, it's 50-50 here. A father that can provide a vehicle and say, a driver and everything, take my children to Lagos, unfortunately, they ran into Ali must go riot, and it's unfortunate. But there again, that Kemi is trying to let us to understand that is that this greed for luxury or love for the other women led them to calamity? Yes. If in that case, would you say that Dr. Olunloyo is affectionate towards his children? Yes, because he provided the vehicle, he did everything, bringing their children to Lagos. The children were enjoying. If they got to Lagos safely, they would have been lodged in the best of hotels and they would have enjoyed themselves. But unfortunately, the inevitable happened and it turned out to be the other way. Then, did he show affection to his children? No. Because while, according to Kemi, if she's right, she alleged that the father was with another woman, enjoying himself until he delayed that journey until it became a dangerous journey. Did he show affection? Did he have consideration for his children or his family? No. A journey that would have been a blissful journey became a trap, a snare that would have claimed the lives, but yet left indelible, terrible mark on the psychic of Kemi Olunloyo, being the greatest victim of what happened. For a 13-year-old child to be traumatized, to be naked in the public, to be brutalized, it is serious. A father that cares will do everything possible to ensure the safety of the children. I would not ask my children to, even when things were not as bad as this, I would not ask my children to travel in the night to a place like Lagos. He made the logistics available, but ran into trouble. So that is not safety conscious. It's not safety conscious at all. So, and that leaves an indelible mark, bad one for that matter, upon Kemi Olunloyo being the greatest victim of all that happened. See what is happening in the family now. Then, did Dr. Omololu Olunloyo, was he of support to his children? Kemi says no. I don't know now because the family is divided. It's not everybody that will not profit. Maybe it's Kemi alone that didn't profit because from the exchanges, one of the sisters was saying that Kemi is the black sheep in the family. How true that is, we don't know. Because when a matter like this comes, you have those who will be for and against. It depends on the perspective from which every child is looking at their own father or mother. Did they care? No. Spiritually, did Dr. Kemi Olunloyo influence his children for good? No. For such somebody of that intellectual capacity to be into Ìṣẹ̀ṣe and that involves all sorts of dirty games, I don't think he's setting good spiritual example for his children. Because all those children today would have been inside all these things if they decide to key into, because what parents do is what the children will copy. So he was not a good spiritual mentor. Fela Anikulapo Kuti believed in Ìṣẹ̀ṣe so much, but he did everything for his children to choose wherever they want to belong. I remember he used to say one of his female children should go and study Babalawo or something, or Ifa. Maybe I don't know what happened to her. Maybe her capability for education will not go on well, because there is no Kuti's families that will not be intellectually sound, academically and all that. But what led him to recommend that, I don't know. But the child is doing well today because her siblings took her up from where the father stopped. That's what should happen. So that àṣírí ẹ̀ ò tú today. Did Kemi, Dr. Olunloyo have that? No. Did Dr. Olunloyo do everything possible to make the family to be integrated? No. Introduction of polygamy. Yes, we blame Kemi and the mother for not tolerating polygamy. God Almighty is a jealous God. It's part of the attributes of God. He said, I won't tolerate any other God. Women don't tolerate one another. It is for the safety of the offsprings that we are saying that people should not kill themselves for the sins of their parents. Polygamy may not be a sin, but it produces various sins that can destroy people's lives. If one can avoid it, it should be avoided like plague. But life does not play straight. Some people run into polygamy not out of their own will, but out of happenings to them in life. Some of them, not all. But if children are wise, they will know how to follow their own, to pursue their own ambitions in life and make good things out of life, rather than join the foolish battle of trying to justify their mother or their father or whatever. Even from amongst siblings, the same father, the same mother, there are rivalries. Talk less of when you bring if you have women that are tolerant, thank God. But if you also have the ones that are deadly, the Bible says, I've seen something that is worse than death. It is a woman. And the same Bible says, if you find a woman, in this bracket, I put the bracket, good woman, a virtuous woman, you find a good thing and you find favor in the sight of God, that is woman for you. So if you go into polygamy, if you are unfortunately to find the devil among them, this is what will happen. If you are fortunate to have the soft ones, like Yoruba will say, that will face her own life's pursuits without looking at the husband, without looking at what is happening, and then will integrate the family. Oh, how well will your family be? But this tit for tat, don't you hear? Even from husband and wife, don't you understand the punishment that were real to the woman, the Eve, that she will continue to struggle with the authority of the husband. Women today, why are men quarreling? Why are some men saying they cannot even tell their wives their mind? Because the women are already struggling for the mantle of leadership. And once they grab it, your own is finished. As a foolish man. Unfortunately, you don't even know how to deal with them. You think it is, I can beat my chest. It has been decreed from the beginning. The Bible says that, what's his name? Esau and Isaac, that Esau's lineage will be a trouble to all men. Does it exclude the home? Is it Jacob and Esau? No, Isaac and whichever. The lineage of Hagar, the housemaid of Sarah, every child that is got from today, you have Palestine, you have Palestinian war, you have, look at the number of souls still being wasted even in modern day. Where is the peace? Because it has been decreed that they will not give them peace. They will not give anybody peace. It's not even the household. They will not give the peace. It's unfortunate. It's not even just about religion. It's not about Christian or Muslim. No, it's a fundamental decree from God that anything from that lineage will not give peace to the world, and they are not giving the peace to them. So, anybody who dabbles into polygamy will have to take what is there. Deuteronomy 30:19. Life or death, curses and blessings, or blessings. And it will take generations, even up to the 4th generation, that choice you made, it will still affect them. Unless somebody corrects it along the line, remain satisfied with one wife and the number of children that the Lord has given to you. Except, like I always say, there to every rule there are exceptions. Some few people dabbled into polygamy because of a turbulent home. Maybe they married the wrong person, and they want to correct it. An attempt to correct the situation may worsen it, may work for the person, but the person will bear the consequences of his action. It is the truth. So now, does Kemi, now let's look at the children's side so that we can stop the video. Does Kemi comply with religious settings, religious teachings? No matter how terrible your parents are, must you retaliate? She said she has forgiven. She kept saying it. But the pain in her is making her to still continue to say what pained her. She may have forgiven. On one breath, she will say, I've forgiven my parents. Rest in peace, Daddy. On the other side, he will say, Father, you did me evil. May you not rest in peace. In your grave, it is better you go. Your being here does not profit me. Is this something that should be coming out? Bitterness is not easy to ignore. Then, the way she related with her father and even with her siblings, would you say is correct? If it is allowed that there is love, all these things would not have happened. From the cultural perspective, children should not look into their parents' eyes and do say things uncomplimentary. Yoruba will say, not today's children, AI children, Gen Z children. You will hear we from them and they will not mince words. And that's what is happening. Did she honor her parents? I don't think so. Egbine Oteni, like Yoruba will say. Pardon me if you are not a Yoruba speaker. Egbine Ote, bá ṣe ń pàkan nìkan rúyọ. The way it is now is like the whole family integration is almost impossible. And as we are stopping one, another will come, another will come, another will come. If you don't want this for your family, please, if you must go into polygamy, you better research very well. And those of you in polygamy, you better know how to manage the children. Your children may hate you eventually. After all, polygamy we are talking about. Sorry, I'm recording. Polygamy we are talking about. Mommy, attend to her. Polygamy we are talking about. Dr. Apoki did not marry 2 wives, but one of his children, one of his 4 children, he's already saying he hated him. Ew. That's monogamous home. I know it will come, whether it is monogamous or polygamous home, but it's reduced when you don't dabble into polygamy. Because okay, that's fine. Then, children, the best thing you can do is to focus on your life. Forget about what your parents did. Forget about whatever. Forget about blame culture. Forget about blaming your parents for not doing this, for not doing that, for even hating you. Forget about that. Build your life. When you build your life, that will do. You will now live the type of life you want to live. And by the time Kemi's father now died, she will come and contribute and do everything to make the funeral glorious, if there's anything like glorious burial, befitting burial. Now, the center can no longer hold. So let us all learn, both from the cultural, religious, and traditional point of views. Both the father of the house and the children and the wives, everybody is the first, the second, the number of the third wife or whatever, and the concubines, they are all into contributory negligence. They all contributed to the chaos. That is, somebody is married, you committed adultery with him until you have a child for him. Do you intend well? Somebody is married, you still glued yourself into it, and you don't want the woman in the house to complain. And even when you came with greater war. Say, we are for peace, but they always looking for war. You are going to a war front if you are a second wife. You are going to a war front if you are a third wife. But may God not give us, or may we not give ourselves, the wife that will torture us. One will do and undo. So the life of Olunloyos is a lesson for us all that we should try to live an organized life. It requires discipline for you to remain monogamous. It requires discipline for you to even choose a rightful wife. Maybe Dr. Omololu Olunloyo did not see the type of wife he wanted in Kemi Olunloyo's mother and decided to want to still enjoy the best of two worlds or even three worlds now and see what he experienced. May our homes not be broken. May our homes enjoy peace. But if the home must enjoy peace, heap everything on the head of the man who did not take his time to choose. And who knows, a woman that is looking virtuous today may turn out to be the devilish one tomorrow. It depends on what is said. Or a man that is looking angelic today may turn out to be a villain tomorrow. Who knows? But who knows the future? That is why we need God in God's equation in our lives. If Dr. Olunloyo followed God's equation and God helped him to pick the right wife, I don't think this will happen. But it has happened. What can we do? It is for us all to learn. Just pray. In everything you are looking for in this world, never leave God out. I've always given the testimony. It is God's guidance that helped me to where I am. I told you I would have been a polygamous person. Who is that man that is not infatuated? Count me out. I'm more infatuated than most polygamous people. But God still has a way. He will make a way. There's where there seems to be no way. He walks in a way we cannot see. He will make a way for you. He will be our God. So please, if you are clinging to God, God will wither off all these disasters from your life. God is inevitable in our lives. But when you go to this Isheshe, you go to all these corner other gods, this is what will happen. You will believe, you will trust in your power, trust in your brain, trust in your intellect, trust in everything. You trust in your money, and they will all fail you. May that not be our portion. In Yehoshua's name. Whatever happens to anybody is for us to learn from. But will we ever learn? That's the question. Please share this message. Let us begin to transform the society from the family. Share this message to everybody you know. Share it to Facebook. Share it to any other places. Share it to your children. Share it to your wives. Share it to your family members. Those of you in polygamous homes, share it amongst yourselves. Let us begin to see. Let us stop destroying ourselves. Rather, we should build one another, irrespective of whether you're in polygamous or you're in monogamous home. It's a matter of getting the compatible partner. You get it right. Those of you who are singles, many who got married because they impregnated somebody, they didn't study or they did marriage by accident. Before the person begins to exhibit his or her character to you, then you are dissatisfied. Your life is in turmoil. Then subscribe to this channel where we are telling ourselves the truth on how to make or live a peaceful life and a fulfilling life, and how not to truncate our own destinies by ourselves, either through luxury or through mistakes and so on. And only God can help us. Thank you very much. Please have a very wonderful time. Bye.